We've been really pleased with the take-up to date. We offered an entitlement and shortfall offer to investors. Investors were able to subscribe for one new unit for every 1.8 that they held under the entitlement offer, and we made available to new investors the ability to participate in any shortfall. So to date, the order book in the shortfall book is particularly strong, very pleasing for us, and obviously we expect that a number of our existing unit holders will also subscribe under their entitlement offer. MXT really lends across 4 key markets. We're active as a lender to corporates, both public and private. We're active in project and infrastructure funding markets, property. We're active in both development funding and also for REITs. And we provide finance for predominantly private equity firms and acquisition finance purposes. Really what that does is it allows us to span the full credit risk spectrum from very high investment grade borrowers through to sub-investment grade borrowers, giving our investors a blended risk profile across the market. We get asked quite regularly by institutional investors, where are we up to in terms of the cycle? Are we at a late stage in the credit cycle? I guess importantly for myself and my colleagues, we worked in regulated banks for 30 years, and at no point did we ever get directed by a bank to say it was a late cycle and therefore to stop lending to companies. I think importantly, as a lender, it's our role to have an understanding of the company we lend to, and that requires you to have a view in terms of the macroeconomic outlook on different sectors and companies and how it might impact. So for us as a lender, what we do is we seek to negotiate or change the terms, the conditions, the covenants, the controls and the pricing to reflect our view in terms of the forward outlook for those companies and their projected performance. Look, we've been very pleased. MXT's done exactly what we said it would do when we listed the fund back in October 17. The minimum target return was the RBA cash rate plus 3.25% net in the hands of the investor with income paid monthly. Since we've listed it, we have exceeded those return parameters and managed the risk for our investors to ensure that they've received a good positive outcome every month. I guess MXT was the first ASX listed fund giving investors exposure to private side loan transactions. A number of competitor funds have come to market since we launched MXT back in October 17. Most of those funds though are directed to more public market securities. Our team is a team that's actively involved in direct origination of transactions with corporate borrowers. We seek to negotiate the terms and the conditions, setting the covenants, monitoring the credit risk, determining the appropriate price, seeking to deliver an outcome for our investors that you would not be able to get had you only invested in public market securities.